right, good morning, everybody. My name is Ann with the Graceful Yogi, and I'm coming to you from Indian Wells, California. And we're just going to get started here. Today's class is yoga with a yoga strap, and bring a couple blocks with you. And also, if you have, it's not totally important because it's going to be towards the end of the class, bring your yoga tune-up balls that some of you have had before, where you bring them to the class, and we are going to open up our lower lumbar with them. So good morning. We're going to start on our yoga block. So I'm just sitting on my yoga block right here, and I'm just going to find where it's super comfortable with my legs. Cross them in front. If it doesn't feel good to cross them in front, then you can open them up into a nice little V. We're just going to do some relaxing breath work. So close your eyes a moment, and I want you to make sure that your pelvis is tilted. That's why you're on the yoga block. And just kind of sit up tall. Think about the top of your head raising, reaching up to the sky. We're going to inhale and exhale. We're going to try to inhale to the count of 10 and exhale to the count of 10. It may take us a few breaths to get to that lengthening of our breath. So inhale. And exhale. And you pause at the bottom, like kind of squeezing out that air. When I say inhale, when you get to the count of 10, you pause at the top and then you exhale. I count with my fingers on my knees. So here we go. Inhale. Pausing at the top. And exhale. Pausing at the bottom. Inhale. And exhale. Pause at the bottom. Inhale. Pause at the top. And exhale. Pausing at the bottom, squeezing that abdominals back to your spinal cord, and just relax a moment. We're going to do two more. Inhale. Pause at the top. And exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Pause. Inhale. Pausing at the top. And exhale. Pause at the bottom. Just normal breathing now. We're setting our intention for our class today. Whatever the intention you want to set, whether it's to get calmer or open up your back, your neck, whatever you want to set your intention for. Just think about one single thing and set it. Breathing in and breathing out normally. Letting your head reach to the sky as your tailbone reaches to the earth. Let the shoulders relax, the arms relax. Gently open up your eyes. Let's do a couple little neck circles. We're going to drop the chin to the chest and roll it over to the right, and then to the back, over to the left, and back down to the front. Another little next circle to the right and to the back, over to the left and back down. Pause a moment there, look down at your feet or your belly. Just pause there a moment and then slowly lift up the head. Beautiful. I want you to kind of think about pushing the chin back a little bit so that you're sitting up tall. A lot of times we're reaching forward and we get that tech neck. And now we're just gonna chin to chest again, roll over to the left and to the back, to the right, and back to center. Nice and gentle, over to the left, to the back, to the right, and back to center. Beautiful. And then slowly just raise that chin up, sitting up nice and tall. Draw your knees in. If they were in cross position, we're going to come to standing and grab your yoga strap. You can move your block off to the side. I'm just grabbing my yoga strap. And I'm going to do some circles here with the yoga strap. You can have the metal piece kind of close to one hand or not, so it's not flopping around. We're just going to do some nice little circles with our arms. So we're going to reach up with an inhale. Exhale, come behind you with the strap. Nice and easy. First one, inhale up and then back in front. Beautiful. Inhale up. Reach it towards the back and inhale up and come on in front. 3 more. Inhale up and reach towards the back. Inhale up and come on back in front. When you reach up with those arms and then slowly open up that strap towards the back. Inhale up and back in front. Last one, inhale up, open up, and here we go, up and back. Beautiful. Let's put the strap down for 1 second here, and we're just going to do a little marching to kind of invigorate the body and wake it up a little bit. So we're just going to reach elbow to knee, and that's all we're doing. Elbow to knee. Opposite elbow, opposite knee. We're just going to do this for like a minute, 60 seconds, breathing, being tall, reaching, lifting, finding your balance. So good. Warm up the body, warm up the muscles. We did some nice breathing in the beginning. It's Saturday morning. I know some of you are up in the northern Cal of that rainstorm. So it's good that you showed up and that we're here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 each side, and then pause a moment, slow it down, put your arms down alongside of your thighs, your feet are hip width apart, close your eyes. Feel what's going on the inside of the body. It's kind of maybe a little tingling, maybe a little movement. Maybe you're warmed up. Just notice what goes on the inside of the body. It's kind of, today's class is like signaling and figuring out like what's going on the inside of the body, which is, I'm going to do some abdominal work, core work that is the inside so that we on the outside can come stronger and be more present into our life and in the world. All right. So now we're going to do, I love this. So I hope you have 2 blocks. We're going to do a shavasana, but it's basically opening the upper back. So we're going to put one block at the end of the mat, and the other block will be about 4 to 5 inches away from it. So that the block that towards the end of the mat will be up and the other block will be flat. And we're just going to come down to where I'm laying. My upper back is going to be on this block. Okay. And then I'm going to take well, I guess I propped it up just perfectly. So my head is resting on the top block. Now I had it lengthwise. I'm going to turn it so it's lengthwise on my spine. And I'm just going to hang here a minute and come back. Yeah, there we go. Open up your arms to where they're in a nice little T. And we're opening up that upper thoracic back. And my knees are bent. I'm just allowing, you close your eyes here a minute. See if you can kind of tuck your pelvis a little bit, like not arching that lower back. If you can bring that tailbone pelvis as a curling up so that you can just really feel the opening of the thoracic. My knees are still bent, but here's the rub, or the really fun part is extend the right leg and then the left leg nice and long, and see how that feels. And close your eyes a moment and just take some deep breaths in there. Allow that thoracic to open up a little more as you sink your body, your back, your upper back in. You can open up those arms a little bit, maybe even do some contraction where you stretch the arms way apart. They kind of come off the floor. Spread the fingertips apart and then just sort of relax them. Again, reach the fingertips away from you. Palms are on the back side of the hand, is on the mat. The palms are reaching up, but the elbows come off, and you reach apart, reach apart. Take a deep breath. Exhale. Let those elbows gently drop to the mat. One more set. Inhale as you reach those arms away. Fingertips nice and spread. And then gently exhale as you let those elbows just drop to the floor. All right, I love this. We're not going to stay here. We can come back to this at the end of class. If you want to do this for your shavasana, it's always an option. I'm going to bend my knees and I'm going to take my arms above my head, stretch my arms nice and long, wiggle the fingertips above the head, open up the eyes, your knees are bent. And now you're just going to lift up one knee and then the other knee, and then with momentum, take your arms, bring them behind the knees, and then roll up nice and gentle and easy. All right. We are going to come back to standing position. Notice how that feels in your upper back. My upper back feels quite yummy right now. So I'm going to come to standing position and coming back to my mat. So I'm going to come to the back end of the mat, and sorry for the darkness, but I hope that you can kind of, with my voice, you can follow along easy enough. I'm warming up, so I've got to take my sweatshirt off. All right, so I'm at the back of my mat and I'm just looking, and I'm standing up nice and tall. I'm going to inhale with my arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, start to bend the wrist, chin to chest. We've done those nice little neck rolls, rolling right down in front of you. Pause a moment there. If your hands touch to the mat, that's great. If not, you can grab your blocks and use your blocks. You can bend the knees slightly and then try to straighten them. You can bend them more and straighten them. And third set, bend and straighten. And drop that head. Look in between those knees and just let that head drop down nice and long. Don't hold the neck at all. Start to walk the hands out into like a little monkey onto your mat. Nice and easy. Your first downward dog. We're just going to pedal. Pedaling is lifting one heel off the mat and pushing the other one into the mat. And just do that nice and slow and really feel the stretch. When I put my left heel down, I'm really feeling the stretch in my left hip and really pushing into that. I'm looking between my knees, allowing, don't roll the shoulders towards the ears, roll them away from your ears. Let the head drop. Maybe you do a little yes and a little no with your head. I'm just really gently going for this nice little downward dog. And now I'm going to walk my hands back towards my feet and feel the stretch, the lengthening. Roll up one vertebrae at a time, pressing the feet into the mat. Let the hands come along the front of the legs. Last thing to come up is the head. Arms are down alongside of you, palms face forward. Inhale, reach the arms up, second set, reach up. And now roll down one vertebrae at a time. Tuck the belly in. Pause and your forward fold. Pause and your forward fold. Bend the knees and straighten. Bend those knees almost to like a little squat if you can. And bend the knees, third set, and come on back. And now walk out into your monkey again, into your second downward dog. Maybe we're going to do a little chaturanga here. So prepare yourself. We're going to inhale to that nice little plank pose. Exhale, coming down to, I'm coming to my knees. I'm bringing my shoulder, my elbows close in. I'm on the mat. Uncurl the toes. Inhale to an upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Chaturangas. Sun salutations. They're, if we did 10 of these a day, woo, yes. Inhale again, second set. Exhale, push up. Inhale, upward dog. And exhale, downward dog. When you lift your butt back up into that downward dog, use those glutes. Use those glutes. Walk the hands towards the feet. Come in between those hands if that's possible. Nice forward fold. And now I'm going to step back with that right leg nice and long. Left leg stays forward. This is where I'm going to take my yoga blocks on either side of that left leg. The right leg is turned slightly. See if you can straighten your legs and kind of reach that lower back up into the sky. If you can't straighten the legs, it's okay to be bent a little bit. It's okay. We're just doing separate leg stretch here. If it feels good to bring one block in front of you and put both hands, then we're adding a little bit of balance into this separate leg stretch. Drop the head. Breathe into it. This is your yoga. No one's judging you. No one's, the only one that judges is ourselves, and we want our legs to be straight. We want to be longer. We want, but it doesn't matter. As long as you're breathing into it and thinking about it, eventually your muscles will go there. All right, bring the right leg to the left leg in your forward fold. Drop the head down. We're going to do that on the opposite side. So we're just going to take that left leg and extend it behind you and put it down. And we've got that separate leg stretch on the right side. So I love to think about like drawing my right hip in even with the left hip. It's hard to see in this black outfit and the dark carpet and the dark mat, but I'm trying to draw that right hip towards the right or left pelvis because it wants to be forward and I want to bring it back. And I'm going to try to balance on this right side with two hands on the block. It's a little more challenging for me on the right. Left side seems to be better. Pressing my feet into the mat. Of course, spreading those toes and pressing the feet into the mat. Separate leg stretch, right side. Beautiful. And now come on back and bring that left foot to the right and bend your knees, come up onto your toes. And we're just going to bend our knees and come on up. And we're just going to think about like balancing on our toes, hands right in front. If you can't do both hands, just do one hand and one hand in the front of you. Like I have my yoga block right here and I just put one hand right here and I'm up on my toes. Push the knees together, squeeze your knees together. That helps you to be strong on those toes, working the ankles a little bit. Working the ankles, working the thighs, working the glutes, and then just release. And now we're just going to come down to where we're going to be on all fours. Quadruped. I'm going to turn around. We don't need the blocks right this second, but the next little exercise we will. So I am going to be on my quadruped where the wrists are right below the shoulders, the knees are right below the hips. I'm going to lift up my right knee off the mat. And when you do that, you kind of tilt over to the left, which is fine in this instance. We're going to do knee circles. So I'm going to go back with the knee and I'm going to come forward. Okay. Back with the knee, open it up and then close it. The knee doesn't touch the mat. It just stays off the mat. And we have 3 more. And 2. And 3. Beautiful. And now we're going to go on to the right knee and we're going to lift that left knee off the mat. Go back with the knee and circle around. Well, that's 1. And 2. Nice and slow. 3. 4, we're doing 6, 5, and 6. Beautiful. And now we're going to do a nice little plank. We're going to take our yoga block and we're going to put it right in between our thighs. So bring it up as high as you can in between our thighs. And we're going to be in a plank. And I think we should do forearm plank. Forearm plank is harder than straight arm plank. So we're going to do forearm plank. We're going to breathe deeply into it and pull the abdominals back. Okay. So we're in this nice little forearm plank. I've got my yoga block in there and I'm just going to come into the plank and hold it there. As you can see, my butt is up a little bit. You don't want to be way down here. You want to be up a little bit. Okay. We're going to hold it for like 10. But I want you to think about pulling the abdominals to the back. Pull the abdominals back. Squeeze the block. This will help you. Squeeze the block. 5, 4. Squeeze the block. 3, 2. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Bring the knees down. Take the block out from in between, put it right in front and slide into a child's pose. And you've got your forehead on your block, your arms are extended nice and long. Child's pose can be knees together or knees apart. Yogi's choice, whatever feels good to you, go for it. Sometimes people have a hard time and behind to sit back with their butt to their heels, so put a blanket back there. You can also put a block back there. That helps. Let's take a breath in and breath out. Breath in and out. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Slowly take your time to come on up where you draw your arms towards your knees. Let your head come up nice and gentle and easy and slow. And the next little core exercise is going to be, we do these in yoga. This seems like it could be Pilates, but we do this stuff in yoga because the core is so important. We are going to go back into now a traditional plank, which will be the arms in front of you, shoulders right underneath those palms. I'm going to stretch that right leg back first and really stretch into that right calf. And then I'm going to bring the left one there. And now I'm in my nice little plank. Bring the right knee to the left elbow and bring it back. Left knee to right elbow, bring it back. And the right side and left side. Right side, left side. Here's 5. We're going to do 10. 6. Left side. 7. Left side. 8. Left side. 9. Right side. Last one. And bring the knees down, uncurl the toes, and come up to kneeling. Come off of those wrists, roll the wrists around, make nice little circles with your wrists. Woo, maybe stretch up. Very nice. All right. We're going to do a nice little side angle pose. So I'm going to go in the middle of my mat here. I'm still kneeling, and I'm just going to come onto my left arm, extend my right leg out, lifting the right arm to the ceiling. If you want to, you can use your block and put your hand on there, and then that feels better to me because I have a better, nice long, I can see in my camera, it's nice and long here. And then what I'm going to do is put this right hand right behind the head. If you can take that forefinger and the thumb at the base of your occipital, like where the skull sits on top of the spine, if those 2 fingers can be on either side, and just really stretch that elbow up, really press into that right hip up, find your breath. We're going to inhale and exhale, inhale and exhale, look forward, inhale and exhale, 2 more, inhale and exhale, last one, inhale and exhale. Raise that right arm nice and long, and now draw it down in front. Turn so you're facing your block, move the block. We're gonna do thread the needle. So I'm just gonna reach that right arm up. You can keep the elbow bent or you can reach it up. And now thread the needle right underneath your belly and bring the right shoulder onto the mat and stretch the left arm nice and long. Notice if your hips wanna kind of go to the left, try to straighten them out. Straighten them out a little bit. Draw the right shoulder away from the right ear. Breathe into it. Beautiful. And now release. Just draw that left arm towards your head. Reach up and bring it back. And now we're going to come up to kneeling, and we're going to come and do that nice, beautiful little stretch on the right side. So I'm gonna put my yoga block down on the right side. My right knee is bent and the left is extended out. I'm gonna bring my right hand down to that yoga block. Maybe shift the right knee a little bit at an angle so it's not directly underneath my hip. And then reach that left arm up nice and long. Find that beautiful stretch. Looking forward, everything's lined up, look down, see what's going on here. I'm like, my arm is right aligned with my right arm is aligned to my right hip. And this just feels good reaching up like this. And then you can bend that left elbow and bring the forefinger and the thumb at the occipital. This is hard for me because my shoulders are tight. And I'm just gonna hang here, trying to open up and reach that elbow up, but I'm going to inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Sinking, widening. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Last one, inhale and exhale. Release that left arm back up to the ceiling. And now it's going to come down nice and long on the other side of the block. Turn yourself where you're in that nice little quadruped. And now take that left hand, elbow is bent if you want. And then if you want to straighten it up, go right ahead. And then thread the needle on this left side, drawing the shoulder down, reach that right arm away from you, nice and long. Again, notice if your hips want to move, try to keep them even, steady, not reaching towards the right. You want to pull that back. Breathe into it. Yogi's choice, how far you want to reach that bottom arm, that left arm underneath you. I'm trying to draw that left shoulder away from my left ear. Thread the needle. Again, thoracic, opening up that upper back. Couple breaths in here. Last breath, inhale. And exhale. And now I'm going to bring that right arm towards my head and press up and release. And then come on up to on my knees. And I'm going to roll my wrists around. Roll, roll, roll. All right. Let's do a pigeon. Let's do a pigeon, and then we'll do another little core work. So I'm kind of sitting back on my heels a moment here, just kind of shaking out my arms, some good work this morning. And I'm gonna come back into my little quadruped, and now I'm gonna come back into bear pose, which is just lifting the knees off, pushing the hips back a little bit, looking between those knees, and now straighten the legs, and you're in high heel downward dog, and then slowly put the heels down to the mat. If you need to use your blocks, go right ahead, which are lovely. Blocks are not like in Iyengar yoga. Blocks and straps are used to lengthen and strengthen your yoga. It's not like a crutch, okay? Don't think of these tools or these props as crutches. Like, I'm deeper into my downward dog here. I'm able to press my chest a little bit closer to those knees as I'm really, it's like someone has a string on my tailbone and I'm reaching that tailbone up towards the sky, breathing into it. And for those of you who don't have your heels down to the mat, this helps to get the heels a little bit closer to the mat when you have a little bit of height on your hands. That's why sometimes we do chair yoga, and you can use your hands on the bottom of a chair to press back. You get the same lengthening in that lower back. And now I'm going to look forward. I'm going to bend that right knee into the chest. Hold it there a second. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pigeon, drawing the right knee to the right wrist, turning it out, extend that left leg nice and long. We're in pigeon. If you need to put that block underneath that right hip, go right ahead. If you want to use the other block to straighten yourself up a little bit, go right ahead. Feels good. I'm getting a nice psoas stretch right here. The top of my leg is getting stretched. I've got the top of my foot trying to reach onto that mat. And now, if it's possible and you want to, you can come down in your pigeon, put the block in front of you, maybe put your forehead on the block. I like to rock a little side to side on this pigeon on the right side. And sometimes this can hurt or feel tight in the knees, but see what you can do, because that tightness, we want to alleviate that. That tightness is just, it's the fluids are not getting moved, and we want that to happen as we age gracefully. We want to lubricate our joints. Lubricating our joints means moving them, stretching them, bending them. You know, you see older people super stiff walking around shuffling. That's because they're not moving their joints. All right, release out of this, which means we're going to come back into downward dog. So if you want to line up your blocks, curl that left toe under, reach that right leg back to the left into your downward dog, pedal a little bit. And so, you know, my knee feels like it just got worked, but it feels good. At the same time, it's like, oh, ooh, I had some attention to it. All right. Lift the left knee towards the chest. Hold it there. Come up onto your toes on the right side. Abdominal work. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Squeeze it in. 4, 3, 2, 1. And now bring that left knee to the left wrist. Pigeon on the left side. If you need to put the block underneath on the left side, go right ahead. And then you can sit up. Use the right side if you want to with the block. Feeling my psoas on this right side. Whew, feels really good. I'm lengthening this right leg nice and long. Really nice and long. Breathe into it. king pigeon. Sometimes people go up a little bit higher also, and they're in a little bit of a, like they're strengthening, squeezing the glutes, if that feels good, or you can kind of sink into that. Come up, squeezing my abdominals, torso, and then I sit down a little bit. And now gently come to your full pigeon, arms down to the mat and forehead on the block or on the mat, wherever that falls for you. And again, I like to kind of rock a little bit. And then steady and sink into it and breathe. However it feels for you, whatever feels good. If it doesn't feel good, don't do it. But sometimes it has to kind of feel a little bit tighter, a little bit wonky, and just stay with it. Stay with it and breathe into it. Breathe into it. Pigeon pose on the left side. Slowly coming back up. I'm going to put my blocks in front. Put my palms on my blocks. Curl my right toe under. Lift my hips up and bring that left foot back to the right into your downward dog. Stretch, lift, press, open, breathe, lengthen, adjust. I always like to say, find your dog on your mat, wherever that may be. Very nice. All right, let's do a nice little three-legged dog. I'm going to just take that right leg and lift it off the mat. That's all. Don't have to go super high. You can go really just the lengthening of your leg out from your hip flexor. You can go a little bit higher if you want to, or you can keep it just at the lengthening of the hip flexor. Nice and long. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that right leg down to the mat and lift the left leg nice and long. Lift the left leg nice and long. Point the toe. Reach the leg away from you. Think of somebody, me, on the other end, pulling your leg a little bit to lengthen, to lengthen. Beautiful. And bring that left leg back down to the right. I'm going to have to come off of my blocks because we are going to do a chaturanga sun salutation. So here we go. Inhale to that plank pose. Exhale, come down to your mat. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Breathing into it. Second set. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, push up. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Walk the hands back to the feet. Pause a moment there. Slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time to come to standing. Beautiful. All right. We're going to do a triangle on both sides. And then we're going to, I think, do a tree pose. All right. So I'm going to step forward with my right foot and then turn my left foot out. I'm going to grab my yoga block and put it right on the outside of my right ankle. So I've got my right foot forward. The heel is in the center of that left foot. My arms are nice and long. I'm going to reach with this right arm as far as I can, like it's on a piece of glass. And then I'll bring that hand down to the yoga block, or maybe it's at the thigh, shin, ankle. I'm just going to stay on my yoga block and reaching my left arm up to the ceiling. And I'm going to try to press both legs into the mat, both feet I'm pressing into the mat. Really pressing those legs into the mat. Feel the strength of your legs getting stronger, longer, adding a little bit of pressure to the outside of that left foot. And you can feel into that left hip when you add that pressure. It's really nice. And now slowly you're going to come on back up. Both arms are going to come up and they're going to be in a nice little V and look to the corner of the room. Our legs are strong. You're in your V, shoulders away from the ears. Press into that, press into it. Reach and press, and then come on back up. Arms out to the side. Slowly turn that right foot in. Turn the left foot forward, triangle on the left side. You're just going to take your yoga block if you want to, over to the left ankle. Arms are out to the sides, nice and long. And I'm just going to reach with this left arm as much as I can, like it's on a piece of glass. And then that left hand comes down to the mat. And I'm going to reach that right arm up. And maybe I look up at the right arm. Maybe I look forward. Or maybe I look down at my body, my feet, whatever's going on. Breathe into the triangle on the left side. Press the feet into the mat. Press the feet into the mat. Draw the belly back. Breathing, lengthening. Triangle. This feels so good. Nothing like a triangle on a Saturday morning to really kind of blow out the cobwebs. Breathe. The arms are just these nice long airplane propellers. Lengthening, lengthening. And now slowly you're going to come on back up. And now we're going to do that V and lean a little bit. Lean slightly towards the corner of the left hand. Lean slightly, draw the belly in, push the feet into the mat, lengthen, lengthen, and breathe. I'm shaky here. I'm shaky, but it's good. It's good. All these little tiny muscles that encase the bigger ones. That's what we work on in yoga and Pilates. And then we draw back up, open up the arms, and then hop, step, kind of pedal, shake it out a little bit. And I am going to do we are going to do a nice little balancing pose here. And I think I'm going to do, I'm going to step onto my yoga block. Yeah, you know what? I haven't done this in a while, and this is going to be good. So if you're stable, if you are in a stable, I'm on some really heavy shag rug here, but once I put the block down, I can step up onto it on my right side, and then I can just kind of swing. It's like a little pendulum on this left leg, and just allow this left hip to kind of pendulum swing and just loosen, goosen, loosen, goosen. A couple here. We'll get to the tree pose in a second, but I just want to feel this a little bit. Some balancing. Right foot is nice and strong on the block. And you're just allowing that leg to kind of pendulum itself. Don't try to really do it yourself. Just kind of let it swing and then release. Come on down, shake out that right side, and we're going to do the left side. I just had to take a sip of my lukewarm tea. And now I'm just going to come up onto that left block, and my right toes are kind of connected. And now I'm just going to let this foot swing a little bit, the right side, if I can. You know, let the leg sort of swing on its own. if you can. You're being strong on that left leg, but you're allowing the right to kind of drop a little bit and swing and loosen the goose in there. Feels good. If you need to use a foam roller to balance yourself, go right ahead, or a wall or a chair. The thing about balancing poses also, it's hard to talk while I used to be able to do it when I was younger a lot more, but as I'm getting older, I have to really concentrate on my balancing pose. So it's hard to be blabbing. But it feels good. All right, release. All right, now we're gonna do a little tree pose. And it doesn't matter where you put your tree, where you put your foot. I'm gonna put the timer on for 1 minute. We'll balance on the right leg first, lifting the left leg. Okay, so I'm gonna go up on my block and try it. If that doesn't feel good, I'll come off my block and come to my mat. But basically, you want to lift that left leg and put it into tree, wherever that might be. And we're going to start our timer and begin. Tree pose on the right side. And release. Check out that standing leg. Now we're going to be on our left leg, lifting our right leg. Like I said, you can put it in tree at the ankle, calf, knee, all the way up to the thigh. Or if it just feels good to lift the leg up just in front of you, you can go and do that. Okay. So it's just balancing on one leg is what we're trying to do here. We're going to take our time, find your focal point on the ground, wherever that may be, or maybe it's forward. I think eyes down is a lot easier, but your choice. And here we go. 1 minute and begin. Come on out. That's some good work. Good work. We're going to do a second set, but this time I'm going to just do a lift of the leg. And if it's possible, I'm going to go off my blocks. If it's possible, so we'll be on my right leg. If it's possible, you can take your strap. You lift up that left leg, put your foot underneath the strap. You can hold it right here. If that feels good, hang there. And if it feels good to reach the leg straight out, see if I can reach it straight out and hold it right there. Try that, or just lift it up here. Do what you can do, okay? That's all we ask in yoga, is do what you can do and keep trying, okay? We're gonna do 1 minute timer, and we're almost kind of done with class. I do have, it says to 10:15, but normally I just have 1 hour class. All right, we're gonna begin. Right leg is balancing, left leg, draw up in the strap and hold it right there. If that's all you can do, stay there. And you take your time to kick that leg out, or you just stay with the leg bent with the strap. Don't hang, hold tight with the strap, just be gentle. And release. Shake it out. And we're gonna just do that on the opposite side. So I've got the strap underneath my right foot. Taking my time, balancing on the left. Right leg goes up. Holding it here. When I'm ready, I'll extend it out if I want to. Can use a wall, foam roller. Try not to sink into the left leg. And release. Whew, I fell over on that one. All right, let's come down to our mat. And let's do one other little thing called the camel. I'm gonna put my yoga block behind the right side. I'm on my knees. And I'm just gonna reach this left arm up and then reach the right arm back to the yoga block and push the hips forward. Reach the left arm up, right arm reaches, and you're just pushing those hips forward. Oh, I can feel that in my quadriceps, super tight, really reaching, pushing the hips forward. Ooh. And now slowly come on up, support the belly and the back. Shake it out, and we're going to do that on the other side. Put your yoga block by your left ankle. Reach the right arm up. Left arm reaches back. Find that block and then push those hips forward. Push them forward. Maybe you go to a lower level on the block. Press into it, reach up and press forward. Woo. Camel, the reason why I did this is because we haven't done it in a long, long time. And slowly come out, support the lower back with the left hand. and the belly. And now we can come down to Shavasana. All right, I'm gonna do that Shavasana that we did in the very beginning of class, where I've got my 2 blocks lined up. The one closest to me will have the spine, the upper thoracic on it. We're just gonna hang here about 1 or 2 minutes, and then that'll be the end of class. We'll close class together if you guys want to. I'm just coming down, sitting up nice and tall, and I'm gonna roll down to where my upper back is on, and I can turn my block up for a minute. I've already extended my legs out because I feel like I've stretched everything already. It feels pretty good. Maybe I want to scoot a little bit down so that that block is more in the middle of my shoulder blades. And then I extend those legs out nice and long, close the eyes. If by chance you want to lower that block, and then you'll also feel a little bit more opening in that upper thoracic. We're just going to hang here just a little bit, palms up to the ceiling. They can be at a T, your arms, or just halfway between the T and your thighs. Pause here, take some nice breaths in. And release. Breath in. And release. Good set. Inhale. And exhaling. On your own, some nice deep breaths in and out. Thinking about what you set your intention for today to be. Relaxing everything. The head's relaxed, the shoulders, the ears, the heart, your rib cage. All your organs are relaxed. The hips are relaxed. Hamstrings, quadriceps, relax. Let it go. Let the knees go, the calf, the feet. One last long breath in there. You're just going to reach your arms above the head. Wiggle the toes and wiggle the fingers. Reaching away from you, the legs and the arms. And then slowly bring the arms and the knees towards each other. Draw the knees in, hands behind the knees, lift the head, and roll yourself up to a nice little seated position. Coming back, I'm going to sit on top of my block. Crossing my legs, maybe the opposite leg this time in front. Sitting up nice and tall. Hands in prayer right in front of you, or you can have them on your thighs, or maybe one on the heart, one on the belly. Thank you for joining me today in this class, for breathing, setting your intention. Stretching, allowing your body to feel good this morning, and allowing me to be the voice to just kind of be the conduit to kind of allow the flow to happen. So namaste, bow your heads. Thank you so much. And see you guys again on Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday, I believe.